Does not matter. Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, bro. सबकी बाट लगी है, bro. There's a very intense fag gap in the market right now. ये आलू का भाव क्या है? Was it
Friends,
before or
obviously.
after your septum piercing? So now you can't date girls. Self control is cool, and I'm not cool.
I was literally telling Sheena that she's like my boyfriend in Bombay yesterday because I was just taking a very early morning
Yeah.
flight. I've not slept. And I'm like, every time I'm traveling, I'm updating Sheena ki, hey, I'm reaching this time. I'm free from this day to this day.
Yeah.
Let's go. And like, she feels like my boyfriend in Bombay and I'm coming to
Yeah.
meet her.
As you should, because you will finally have someone who's going to treat you right.
So, how do you feel being on a pod after so long?
I feel like it's time. I'm a new person now.
You're a new person.
Yeah, I'm a new person. I don't think anyone knows this version of me. I'm I'm a little I'm a lot more happier. I think I'm very happy.
I know that.
As compared to before. I've very actively been working on decentering men, which is what I decided that I'm coming to chat after such a long time. I'm going to make sure the next conversation I have is going to pass the Bechdel test. Absolutely no testosterone in this conversation.
Yeah. So,
No masculine energy. No, nothing. No. This is the last time we speak of any male, masculine, whatever else you want to call it.
you put
That's
two
not happening.
single women on a pod.
Yeah.
Man hating women.
No.
And we're not going to talk about
We're
men.
not going to talk about it because, and I'm saying this only because you said I'm like your boyfriend in
Yeah.
Bombay. So,
But better.
yeah, but better means what, bro? The best. That's how you treat this thing. That's how you should treat anyone you love. I feel
Yeah.
like you should treat anyone you love, you should treat them like you are dating them. The only difference is that you are not having sex with them. Obviously.
So
That's
I
the
was
difference.
having this conversation with a bunch of my friends on, you know, how as women we tend to feel like less lonelier even when we're like single.
Yeah.
Because like our needs of probably like getting compliments is already fulfilled by our girls. Yeah. So basically my friends were complaining to their boyfriends who were also around that, you know, we need more words of affirmation. You don't tell me that I
Men are
look
saying this.
pretty. No, women.
Oh, women.
But you know, you don't tell me that I'm looking good, like even though you feel it and I
Yeah.
want to hear it. And then this conversation happened that, you know, as single women, we kind of don't feel that pinch of being lonely or not having a man.
Yeah.
Because like when we are ready, our girls are telling us that, oh my God, you look so pretty.
Yeah. I feel like we just love louder.
Yeah. I think we're very vocal about it.
Yeah, we love very loudly, and we're not, there's no stigma around the fact that you can show love, you know, because that's the basic essence of being human, just like loving, right? Because we're so social, we are social beings, and we just love openly. I don't know why the whole this thing around, oh, men can't this, that, whatever. They can handle their problems. We don't discuss them. But yeah, I think women love each other so intensely because we're pit against each other when we're growing up also now.
Yeah.
So once you find like a genuine friendship, you're like, wow, this is actually so nice. This is so loving. I think, bro, I have gotten more flowers from my girlfriends than from any
That is very
man
true.
ever. Yeah, like it's crazy.
I've given also my girlfriends flowers more than I would to
every
a
time
man.
I've met you. Okay, so this is a really sweet story. Um, I was in Bangalore last month. Yeah, I went to Bangalore last month after my breakup, and I was scared of going to the city because I associated it with just one person, whatever. And Maru was like, "We got to reclaim the city, make it yours." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I was going for work only, but I went and I've reached at like what, some 4 a.m. or something.
4
I
in the
reached.
morning.
I'm like, my God, I'm feeling so bad. She's sleepy because again, I am very bad at asking for help. I feel like I'm a burden. So I'm like, sure, sure, sure. She's awake for me, this, that. I've reached and I entered her room and she's put like chocolates and flowers, and there's a little note saying "Welcome home, Sheenu." And I'm like, oh my god, this is the standard. What have I been doing my entire life?
And
Oh
when
my
I'm
god.
doing something like that, that's like the bare minimum. So she does like,
What
I'm
the
like,
hell?
chill. It's like,
The standard is below the earth. It's like below the earth, the fucking core. Can I
but I feel
cuss?
like,
I
yeah.
can cuss.
But I
Okay.
feel like this is the right time to tell people who are watching this how
Yeah.
we met.
Yeah. I think it's not like some crazy story,
It's not a
also.
crazy
It's just
story, but
like,
your version is a little different from mine, and I'll tell you why.
is it? I don't even know my version. Okay. So, I mean, I think my most fun interactions have happened when I've been drunk. So, we met right here in this office
Yeah.
for the first time ever. It was the Diwali party, my favorite time of the year at the office, because everyone's just having the time of their life. Plus, Bollywood music is so too good. So yeah, I think I met you with so I know Shivani. I knew Shivani mainly from Bangalore, and then I met her, and then she introduced me to you, VP. Um, and then yeah, that was when I met you guys for the first time, and it
Yeah.
was just such a fun night. But I remember having a conversation with you guys, and I was like, oh my god, I just like people from Bangalore because I personally don't like Bombay. Uh, this place sucks. As much as I like the fact that I found my independence in this city, I absolutely despise living here.
Hmm.
So I immediately go into like Bombay hating mode. And yeah, so I think we were just chatting, and then because I feel very like friendless in this city because it's so lonely here. I was like, guys, we should go and get coffee. And then you were just like, yeah, oh my god, I like bougie. I was like, I have found my sister because
Yeah.
I have not met anybody out like I've never met anyone who's not from Bombay who knows about bougie.
Hmm.
So I was like, that's crazy. And then yeah, we just ended up making a plan and we hung out the next day for a lot of hours. It was like this big bunch of girls,
Yeah.
and we were just sitting and sharing all these crazy stories about our lives. And that was that. Yeah, that
But
was
for
how we met
me,
for the first time. Okay, what's
I've
your
been
version?
following Sheena since like what, 30K, a little less than that probably.
Oh my god, yeah, you
And
told me
then
that.
when I started creating like content properly and I was seriously taking it, I was asked that, what kind of content? And I was like, there's this girl. I don't know anything about her, but I've been seeing her content. I really like how she talks.
Mm,
And that's one of the content types that I look up to, or like I aspire to be able to talk like that. And then I remember having this conversation with VP and I think
mhm.
someone else also before I met you, that, because that's the time you were coming to Bangalore and I could see your stories.
Ah, yeah,
So you
yeah,
were
yeah.
coming to
That was
Bangalore,
my
you were meeting
phase.
Huda, and like we
Yeah,
have a few friends in common. At that point, I was
yeah,
friends with them and
yeah.
you were friends with them, but separately.
Correctly.
So I
Yeah.
was telling them that, I don't think I want to meet Sheena because what if she's not like her online self? I would be so disappointed and I don't want to like
Yeah.
not hate, like not like what she's doing if at all I don't like her.
Yeah. No, that's a very real fear though.
Yeah.
Because the whole reason I don't like the city is because people um they appear a certain way online or just in social settings. Forget
Hmm.
online because uh that's not the limitation when it comes to interactions in the city. But whatever you see on like a surface level, that's not who they are. Because I personally am like, oh my god, if I have a conversation with someone for over 2 hours, they are my friend. And then it's happened time and again where I've realized, oh my god, I think I'm not. I don't think I'm this person's friend. I don't think they think I'm a friend. They probably just had a great time chatting with me, but that's about it. I'm not a fan of the city, but that's crazy. So, do you think I'm the same in person?
Since,
No, do you think I'm the same from my online
oh, I
personality?
think and as much as I love your content, it's coming from a perspective where I love your content, but I think you're better in person because there's a lot of things about you
Yeah,
that like the softer side of you doesn't come out online as
yeah,
much as what I think.
yeah, yeah. I think I personally don't like putting it out there
Hmm.
because I like being vulnerable the way I am
Hmm.
online. I already am very, very
Yeah.
vulnerable. I think I talk about like some very random things. It's very go with the flow types. But there is a certain part of myself that I choose to retain because, yeah, I mean, you gotta limit access to yourself, no?
Yeah. I feel like anyone who would like look at your profile would be like, okay, this girl is very vocal, very vulnerable, and very herself online, which is all true, but also loud. But there's this very soft side of you that is like not
Yeah,
there. And that
yeah,
is what I realized ever
yeah,
since like we
yeah.
became
I think
friends.
I'm boundaried, but I'm
Hmm.
not like aggressively like loud. I do understand that fear, especially since you follow people online and you have like a parasocial relationship with them
Hmm.
almost. Especially I know the weight that um like I feel like this weight on my shoulders whenever I interact with anyone that follows me. I feel like it's very different from someone who's making like a particular niche content like
Hmm.
beauty or fashion, because that is one aspect where you're getting inspired. But with me, my interactions with my anyone who follows me is more along the lines of, oh my god, I saw you deal with this way and
Yeah.
it left a mark in I think that's a lot deeper.
It's also because it feels like you're just watching a friend on FaceTime just
Yeah,
probably rant one day or like tell you how good of a day they've had. That's
yeah,
what your content comes
yeah.
off like.
So the weight of that is the fact that someone is taking they're not just like taking inspiration or advice, it's more like they're sort of finding comfort.
Hmm.
And because I've just been the way I am, I've never thought of it as, oh my god, what if, they think of me differently in person. But when you told me that, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy that someone can meet someone in person and actually realize that they're a very different
This
person.
has happened to me so much that now
Yeah.
if I really like someone,
You'll just
I'm a little
avoid.
scared of meeting them in person. So I'm like, what if I don't like this person? And I do not want to like them.
Hmm.
Like if I really like them, then it's best that I don't like have access to them
Yeah, like the less you know, the better.
because I don't want to be disappointed with their
Hmm.
real version.
Yeah, like you have like this feel good perspective of this
Yeah.
person and you're trying to retain that. That's fair, only you're safeguarding your thing. It's like not watching news because
But
news is so shit.
yeah, I do that. I do not watch news. I feel like the only times that I end up watching news is when something really bad is happening. So my
Yeah.
way of looking at news is also very bad. Like, oh,
What
I'm
do you
watching
mean?
it. Like the last time I probably turned on the TV and kept news is when the war situation was happening because my flight got cancelled.
Yeah, correct. You were supposed to go
So
to.
I was supposed to go to Paris. It did not happen. My flights got cancelled. I had a
Yeah.
layover in Abu Dhabi. And the reason I'm keeping the news is to see how bad the war situation is. So it's
Yeah.
not like I'm keeping the news to watch something nice.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to keep up with what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
But also you don't want to. Like I don't want to. I wish I didn't know. But then that's very entitled to
That's
like
very tone deaf.
it's very tone deaf, it's very entitled to not know, but also it makes me so anxious.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can't say that also because oh, you're so privileged to say, oh sorry, this girl is getting anxious,
But I
because of
also
all
feel
these
like everyone's
bombs.
kind of like a little too sensitive about things. Like if someone's saying a very blank statement,
Yeah,
you don't have to take it so personally. Like the fact that
yeah,
you're thinking that, okay, if I
correct.
say this, people are going to be like, oh, it's making her anxious. Like, why is,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but I'm like correct, I don't care about it, but I'm saying that it's really sad how it's very human to be anxious knowing this, right? Like you don't know where the world is headed. We don't know where the world is headed, dude.
Yeah.
Like we are just regular civilians living our lives. What's happening up top, what conversations are happening, you don't know. You and I don't know. And I don't think it's not a sustainable approach to constantly keep reading and keep updated,
Hmm.
because honestly, what good is that doing? Can you do anything about the situation? No. The only reason you need to know what you need to know is maybe to like make better choices when it comes to voting, but
Yeah.
other than that you really can't do anything. So if a person chooses to retain their retain themselves from just not maybe overindulging in the news, and someone else is giving you shit for it, I don't think that's fair. But people do it.
Yeah.
For some reason you need to know everything, but like I can't, and I don't want to know
That is very
everything
fair. I'm
because it's
someone who consciously doesn't really want to know much.
yeah, like, I don't want to know much because I will not be able to operate in my daily life. So I'm
Hmm.
not able to operate in my daily life. I'm also not able to do anything about the situation. I'm just sitting there anxious, like, oh my god, tomorrow something can just happen. मेरे घर में gas नहीं है. Like, what is happening? Just suddenly one day we're like, okay, LPG is like 30 times the price. Let's everyone be scared.
So
Where does this come from? Like, what world are we living in?
I
Oh my
just
god, it's
shifted out
crazy.
and I was
Yeah,
setting my house.
right.
And the kitchen's the only part that I've not set.
Okay.
Because obviously, like, gas prices have like double, triple, people are just quoting
No,
whatever, and I take
yeah.
my gas, sadly, black May. I've not gotten it registered yet because
Can
I
you
just
say
shifted out.
that?
Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay.
No, I'm just
But
joking.
anyways, let's just say
Girls
I
gotta
have.
do what you gotta do, bro. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're figuring life out.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, this price is so very high.
Yeah.
And then I check prices for induction cookers. And at
Right.
this point, I'm sitting with my friends and we're like checking. And I am not even joking. I saw an induction cooktop for 30,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What the
Have
fuck
you
is this
never had
shit?
an induction? Like,
I've gotten it for like what, 1K, 2K.
oh really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm that person now, when they come on comedy nights with couple and then they ask them, ये आलू का भाव क्या है? And they don't know anything because they're celebrities. Bro, I have no idea how things are priced.
How
Like,
much do you think an induction
bro,
cooktop
I was like,
is
30K
ideal?
makes sense. Like, I was like, yeah, sure. 30K is.
I
You're
got
cooking
my
on
last
it.
induction like for like 1.5 or something. You get it even for 1K. I'm like that person. I'll be
What
like
the hell?
checking everything and
No,
like
I
this is
also
the
don't
cheapest
know.
deal.
That's crazy. I didn't know. I was like, okay, yeah. Well, 30K.
My favorite hobby has become making people guess how much I got things for.
Oh,
Like in my house,
that's a full thing to
I'm like,
do. Yeah.
how much do you think I got my cushions for? And then they'll guess like 200, 300, 400, 500. I'll be like, I got it for $50.
Oh my god,
Like this is where I got it from.
you're like going to love Crawford Market.
I've been. I just can't take. So
You
see,
can't take anything back. They've got these giant mirrors that are so stunning to look at.
yeah.
And just a lot of things for your home, no? Shit, you can't take it. No, you can. You should like maybe buy a bunch of things, keep it at my house, and then we'll ship it to you.
Yeah.
Like porter.
Also, when I met Sheena, I was like in the phase of really loving Bombay.
Hmm.
So I, at that point in my head, I was like, maybe this is the next move. This is where things actually happen and work happens.
This is
and-
where the action is.
yeah,
Mm.
this is the city of dreams. I see why people love it here. Everything's open late at night. Very nice. Everything's happening and like fun.
Yeah.
And then Sheena was like, I want to move to Bangalore.
Yeah,
Bangalore is so
like my
slow.
husband is in Bangalore. I'm just.
I'm
so
done with
delusional.
Bombay. Now
Yeah.
Bangalore's the next thing.
I
So
still
we were-
am done with Bombay.
Yeah.
Which is what like I told you also. I was like, bro, this city is very overly romanticized.
Yeah.
Very, very overly romanticized. And literally, like yesterday, we were walking in Geo Plaza, and we were just walking, and we were walking in NMACC, and we were like, oh, we should go watch the play. And then she's like, wow, Bombay actually has so many things to do. And I'm like, yeah, if you have money. If you don't have money, and when I say money, you can't even be middle class in this city. Like,
Yeah.
you need to be like earning really well to enjoy the experience that Bombay has to offer, because the food, good food, which is an experience where like we went to dinner last night, and the food was phenomenal, but for like 5 items we paid 6K, which is a lot of
Yeah.
money, right? Over here, if you're like not making at least 1 lakh a month, you can't enjoy the way you would ideally want to, because तुम्हारा rent ही चला जाएगा bro इतने में. So this city, it will suck the life out of you if you are trying to even I won't say paycheck to paycheck because that is depressing as hell, but even if you're like comfortable, you're just comfortable, you're not gonna like be able to thrive. You have to do too much to thrive in this city. And
For
this
me,
thing.
as someone who used to romanticize the fuck out of Bombay,
Yeah,
like,
like
I used
what
to
I
be that
okay, I have a
person.
question. What are you romanticizing in this city?
I will tell you.
Huh.
So I used to come here not so often, like
Yeah.
a while, like at
Hmm.
least a year back. I was not coming here
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
So for me, like Bombay was like an entire vacation sorts. And I'll be like, okay, if I'm here in Bombay for 5 days,
Agarabuji.
I will. So one day will be like a proper Bandra day. Okay, I'll go to
Okay.
Veronica's, I'll go to Bougie, I'll walk
Go to
around
Hill
Hill
Road.
Road and shop for myself. So I was just telling her that ever since I started coming to Bombay more, I've not shopped from Hill Road.
Yeah.
And I used to love doing that. But
Yeah.
the more I come here, the less I go there.
Yeah.
So one full day will be Hill Road, Lincoln Road, Bougie, Veronica's, having a lot of chart from Elko. That also I've not done. Then another day would be just South Bombay. And that this used to be my favorite part.
Yeah.
Where
That would be
it'll
gorgeous. That's true.
yeah, I'll just take a long walk. I'll get like a beer from Mondegar's. And then I'll go to Marine Drive and sit with my speakers. Music's playing.
Touristy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to even
I don't remember the last time I went to Marine
I've
Drive.
taken the open air wala bus. I don't know what you call it.
Oh my
But
god.
there's a bus that takes you around South Bombay. I've done that and
Yeah,
I
that
love
red
it.
one.
Ah,
London
the red
bus.
one. I don't know what it's
I call
called.
it London bus because
But
I think of
I remember sitting on it and I was telling VP at that point that, this is such a beautiful city to fall in love. Because I'm like, imagine you're on top of a bus, you can like hold someone's hand, you can look at them.
whose hand
sun-
you're holding.
I'm not
It's
holding
been 3
anyone.
years. She's not held a single person's hand in 3 years.
Yeah.
So whose hand you're holding? It's not it, bro. Like I've done all angles of Bombay. Like I did the college life in Bombay where I had literally, I don't know, I would end the month with like 100 rupees in my account because I was just, I don't know what I was doing. And I would get 10,000 घर से मिलता था और बस पूरा महीना 10,000 में काटना था. That was it. So that I've lived that life. Then I came back when I moved here for work. That was paycheck to paycheck, like एकदम cut to cut. I was living, and I would take the train every day, go from Malad to Lower Parel. Whoever know, if you know, you know. I've done that 1.5 1 hour travel time every single day to now being able to like relax and go to Bougie. Like I've sort of lived. I really feel like I've lived different lives in this city. Having lived that life, I can never understand how someone can romanticize this city. And that's why I say it so aggressively that you have to be earning well to like feel like you belong. Because this city does not accept you. Like
Yeah.
if you are just delusional and you're like, oh, I will make my place in this city, and you'll gaslight yourself into believing, oh, Bombay, Sapno ka Shahar, whatever. They'll come and they'll sit on Marine Drive and think, oh wow, sorry, Malu. But like I used to go to Dadar Sea Face. My college was in Dadar. Right opposite, we go to Dadar Sea Face. Bro, something or the other you'll see every time you go to Dadar Sea Face. It's like no part of it is romantic. No part. Bro, someone in the corner is like, I don't know, they're doing some shady like dealings. I'm not even saying two people are getting physically intimate. That is surface level uncomfortable in this city. Because bandstand, you'll see fucking people are just on the rocks. On the rocks. There's no chill, dude. There's like, I don't know what people are doing, but it's none of this is romanticized in my head. Because when I moved here for the first time, I was very excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm here, Bombay. Wow. And then I was in college and I was like, wow, this is really not it. Like there's nothing happening here. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं हो रहा. हाँ, things are open till late. You enjoy that as a teenager. But now that I'm 26, I love being home. तो मैं बाहर जाऊँ भी तो मतलब I don't really. I loved Bangalore, but then
Yeah, I
it's
feel
too
like
slow for
Sheena
me.
is not a Bangalore. Like, as much as you love the city,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that city has the rhythm that you function in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I cannot see you in Bangalore.
I think I
As
realized
much as I
that.
would love that, obviously, but
Yeah,
like,
but I think I realized that when I stayed with you now when I came. So we went out, we went to the gym, and we had a great time. We worked out, it was awesome, and we had plans to go out, come back, like change and everything. And we come back, and just when we're reaching the house, Malu's like, oh, by the way, I don't have the keys. And I'm like, huh? Where are the keys? She's like, oh, actually, VP forgot to keep it outside, so we don't have a way to enter the house. And I'm like, how are you saying this so casually? And she's like, yeah, it's okay, it happens all the time. And I'm just like, one second. If this were to happen with me, I would have lost the plot. I would have lost it. I would have lost it. Like, I don't know how you can just be so calm.
Sheena was just panicking. She's like, where are we gonna go?
How are we
What
gonna
are we
go?
gonna do?
Yeah, I wanted to get a blow dry and all. I was like, oh my god, the salon is gonna shut. This, that. And we really care about our blow dries, if you can't
We got it
tell.
done today.
We got it
Not
done
that it
today.
stayed.
Yeah.
It didn't survive the auto ride, but
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But like, we come back to that. We wanted to get a blow dry, and I was like, okay, this is how you function. Bombay teaches you to function that way. That okay, you have 30 minutes to do this, then there's 45 minutes travel time, and then you get to do this activity. Like, so my day works in like time blocks. And then when we didn't have the keys, I was like, hello, what is happening? And then we just still had a great night, which was,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I could never. This would make me so anxious. I could never, like, I'm so quick with it. I'm like, okay, ये नहीं है, locksmith को बुलाओ, फटाफट सब, फटाफट.
Sheena's panicking, and I'm like, come, let's chill at my friend's place. You have some guava. I'll try getting another key to see if it
Bro,
works. It did
this
not
girl-
work, obviously.
No, this girl was like, wait, the lock that we put on the door, the lock that we put on the door, I got that lock on Blinkit. So I'll order the same lock, and then the key that comes with that lock, I'm gonna use that to open. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
But that's worked before for me in the
That's
past. So I was like,
bullshit.
okay, let's try it again. Maybe it'll work.
There's no way that will work.
It's worked before.
It didn't work.
It's
that
just
day.
not, that day was not my day. But like,
It did not work that day. I was like,
yeah.
there's no way this is gonna work. Finally, but whatever. We ported the keys. VP was smart enough to be like, yeah, we've left the keys.
Yeah.
They'll need it, so she sent it back. But now, what are you going to do? Now she's in Goa. She's moved to Goa.
I've moved out.
That's what I'm saying. You've moved into this house. She's chilling in Goa. So now, if you leave your keys, what are you going to
Why
do?
will I leave my keys? Only I have my keys.
No, but what if you're just like, okay.
Don't say that. So when I shifted houses, I have a very bad relationship with keys. Okay, I just
Like-
fucking irresponsible. I am. It's my fault. But yeah, I genuinely thought of getting like a long silver chain, and I will put my key in it, and that'll be like my daily. Like, it'll go with my fits. It'll look nice also, and utility wise, I will never lose my key. This is my plan. What do you think about it?
I think if it's chic, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
So you have this plan to like not lose your keys. Good. I hope the next time I'm in Bangalore, you remember to take your
Yeah.
keys. I was stressed. I was really stressed.
Just chill out.
Yeah.
Like,
No, no. Then, so now, obviously, Maru's staying with me in Bombay. And last night, we were very, very tired. We had like a long day. And she sits in her bed and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to melt. I'm going to melt into this bed.
yeah.
And I've never seen her fall asleep so fast.
I don't know what you're doing. We were watching Splitsvilla for 1 minute. And I'm like, okay, this is very interesting, but I want to pass out.
Don't say that publicly.
You're not supposed to say
Can't be
that.
found. No, it's fine. I have my opinions about all of the people on that show because what are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
I got called for Splitsvilla.
I know. You told me.
And now every time I watch it, I'm like, I would have been there with these people. That's
I
very
can somehow
stressful.
imagine Sheena just yell at exactly who needs to be yelled at, saying, please, dimag hai. Like,
Yeah,
karo.
that sentence, when you started saying it, I was gonna get very offended because I thought it was going along the lines of, and I can see Sheena there because like,
No, like, I wanted to yell at a few people
no, yeah, what is-
while watching
there's
it,
some
and I'm
guy
like,
named Yogesh who didn't break up with his chick, and he's come and he starts seeing this other girl, and then his ex comes back on the show, and she's like, I came here for you. Why, girl? Go back home. You don't do these
if I
things.
knew, I would never have come, but she's still there.
But she's there, and I'm like,
She's
तू
like-
पागल है क्या? तू क्यों आई है इधर भाई? तू
So
घर
this guy is
जा.
like crazy. This guy is like wiping the new girl's tears while sitting right next to his ex and be like, I'm so confused. मैं किसी को
बेचारा,
रुलाना नहीं चाहता हूँ.
ओले, हाँ,
Like,
ओले.
don't cry.
So
And when you look at
sad.
his face, you know this guy is
I can't
a mess.
believe it. Like, I just saw that and I just couldn't believe how everyone is going through the same thing. It does not matter. Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, bro, सबकी वाट लगी है, bro. सारी girls की वाट लगा रखी है इन लड़कों ने. Just, and it's just like that show has made me realize that I am just so good by myself.
Yeah.
Like I am so good by myself. I'm fine the way I am. I don't have to um I don't have to search for anything.
Hmm. Sheena's like recently single, right?
Recently
She's
नहीं अभी हो
हाँ
गया
मतलब
time.
this is still very like not very long back.
This is the
मतलब the
longest I've been single.
crazy, like
6 months.
crazy. But she's according to me, she's recently been single. This is like
Yeah,
a
compared to
freshly
you, तो I am.
single person. She's telling me how she's dealing with things, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. I just hope you don't become me because I was there and then now I'm here and I can't imagine even going out
I
on
think you're a
dates.
virgin.
Yeah,
Yeah, you. I think
I
after
have
1 year, you're a virgin, bro. Like, you
three
are.
years, dude, like
You're a
crazy. Like
triple
I
virgin.
can't now my brain functions in a way that I can't imagine being on a date with people. And I did that. Oh my god, I did that. I went on a date with this person. We had a lot of mutuals.
Okay.
Um, he was from Kochi. I knew people who knew him. I was like, what can go wrong?
Hmm.
Like, must be
Yeah.
sane if my friends are friends with him.
Yeah.
We start talking. 15 minutes into the conversation, this guy wants to introduce me to his mom. And then he's telling why we're like
Hey,
a
y'all look
perfect
so good
match
in
for
the
each
kitchen
other.
together.
And then this guy is 28, and it felt like I'm talking to a 17-year-old at best.
Gee.
And my brain is wired in a way that now 3 years I've been single. So now somewhere I think it's a me problem that I'm not liking anyone. I can't have conversations with men anymore. Maybe it's a me problem. So I should like give people a chance is where I am at right now.
Hmm.
I will give people a chance. I'm ready to be dating again. It's okay. So I'm listening to more and more and more bullshit.
My God.
And
Hmm.
then
You're like, I don't want to give chances.
and then the minute I kind of get out of that place is when he starts justifying a guy who's like not justifying what he did, but he's friends with someone who's assaulted
Oh
someone.
wow,
Someone
that's
people know
hmm.
from back home. So
That's
I was like,
scary.
okay, now I'm
That's
out.
immediately like, please leave now. We don't want to engage with this, obviously.
Yeah.
That's but okay, would you date a girl? You date a
So
girl.
I've always I'm so confused about this,
Uh-huh.
okay? Because I probably started being vocal about this
About
once
what?
I've been about like wanting to date girls.
Hmm.
Once I've been single for long.
Yeah.
And my
Was it
friends
before or
obviously
after your septum piercing?
it was way before my septum piercing. My septum piercing is closed. I'm so upset about
So
it.
now you can't date girls.
Sheena, you cannot say this.
I
You
can
are of
say,
all the
bro.
people you
I'm
can't
part
say
of the
this.
community. I can say what I want.
As a bisexual woman, you can't be like your septum piercing is the only thing that can make you that.
Bro, I'm the most straight passing bisexual ever.
Yeah.
Like I don't look it at all. I look like I'll come to your house and make roti for you. But today like that I look. But in general,
Yeah.
I don't think I look very
You don't.
Yeah, but you continue. What do you
So
date
I
girls on?
started kind of like vocally putting it out there that maybe, I should date women. Why not? And then my friends obviously were like, yeah, you've been single for too long. That's what happens. Like, you've been single, you don't like men, you're disappointed with men. That's why you're saying this. And I'm like, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Because
Yeah.
then my problem is I've seen a few women on the internet who I'm attracted to,
Correct.
but never a single woman in
In
real life
person that you've
that
met
I'm
and
attracted to.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, this is real. Like, not a
Yeah.
single person, or like, especially women, when I talk to them, I can't think of them differently.
Right.
Like, even for the first
You've never
time, I
felt
can't-
vibes with a
Hmm.
girl.
Like, I've never felt sexual tension. I've never thought romantically about a girl. So it's very confusing because I see people online and I'm like, oh, she's very hot. But like, and I'm attracted to her kind of a way.
Like
But
that. Like
never-
you're attracted to them when you see them online. Or you just think that they're really like they're looking really good. Like which one is it? Because I remember looking at a lot of girls and just being like, wow, they look so good. That was it, right? Until like I didn't know it was sexual tension. Like I didn't even know that could exist with a woman because you don't grow up seeing any examples of it, right? And a lot of our relationships and the way we want to conduct them come from references we see growing up. I thought didn't know only that I could. And I think I experienced that tension with a girl only after I had really experienced it with a man. But it
Hmm.
happened pretty early on, like when I was, what I think I was 19 years old. And it was very scary.
It was
I
scary.
got damn scared.
Why?
I was like, what is this? Why am I blushing? She's a girl. Like, it's not making sense. So it was like that. But
So
if you find someone attractive, um, have you like, y- tried DMing them
no,
or liked their story or something?
no.
Okay. So
I think I've stopped doing that even with men I'm
men,
like
that's
visibly
fine.
attracted to.
Bro, it works very differently with girls though.
Really? How does it work with
I
a
don't
girl?
know
I
like
want
how
to
it
know.
works, but like when you said firstly you've never found any girl attractive in
And
person.
also, this liking stories and all won't work because I like all the women's stories, not because I'm attracted to them. It's because like they're my girls.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, yeah,
fair.
you go, girl.
No,
Like, I can't
bro,
do
it's the
that.
way you like it.
It's the way you like it. Sheena, the way you like
I'm
it, only
telling
you
you.
know.
I'm telling you, dude. It's just this is so confusing to explain because I'm also like it's just such a energy thing. Like if I like it with that energy now, the other girl knows I've liked it with that energy. Like if I like her story with that energy, the girl in question, she knows that I've liked her story with like that energy, not because she's looking pretty or whatever.
Can you like explain this with
It's so
facts?
tough
Because I'm
to
very confused right now.
This is so confusing to explain. It's just when I'm seeing a girl I find hot. Okay. I'm like, damn, she's hot. I will be thinking of her and like, oh my god, I wanna like chat with her. Is she like available? Whatever. And I like her story and maybe I'll follow. And for some reason they just catch on to it because it happens with me also. And I see that a girl has followed me, whatever, and is my type. I'm like, huh, this is happening with intention. It's not happening just because, oh my god, this person's
Hmm.
cool. That's literally the only way I can explain it because it's so vague. It is so vague. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just fully vibes.
So if
Because that's
you
how you flirt in person, also, bro. Like, you remember, oh my god. So, in Bangalore, when I was staying last month, we went to this bar
yeah.
and I saw this really cute girl. I can't give info because then that'll be
Yeah.
giving away details. But she was very, very cute. Okay. I saw her. I was like, oh my God, I want to talk to her. And I was like, go, speak to her. I was like, no, man. You can't just go talk to a girl you have a crush on. That's not how it works. No. And so different with men. With men, I'm like, chal nahi, girls like, oh my God, how to do. So I didn't say anything. I went and I said, hi, I think you're really cute. And then she shook my hand. And I was like, oh God, she hates me. Because that's like full rejection. And then we went out, and then Malak has taken one for the team and gone up to her saying, you like, my friend thinks you're really cute. Like, she actually thinks you're really cute. And she's into women as well. And then she got,
And then she's like, really? Oh my god, like I didn't are you sure? She's like asking me twice. Are you sure she's into women? Because like she doesn't and I'm like, yeah, I'm very, very
yeah,
sure
bro, I don't look
she's into
it.
women.
That's what, yeah.
And she's like, oh my, okay. And then I'm like, her name is Sheena Blends. Follow her on Instagram, like right now. Just like send her a hi also. I'll make her reply to you, like right now. But like,
She
please do it.
followed me so fast. It was so cute. But yeah, like that's the thing. I saw her, and you just, I get this like little in my stomach.
Huh.
Like,
I know that feeling. I've
yeah,
gotten that for men, but like never a
never for
woman
a girl.
in real
Hmm.
life.
Maybe you should try going on some dates.
I wouldn't know how to speak to a woman on a date.
You should go on a date with someone who's been out for a while because they know how to hit on you. So you don't have to do anything. Like my
But I
first
wouldn't know how to
girlfriend, bro,
respond.
my first girlfriend, like I did nothing. I did nothing. She hit on me. I was figuring it out through
So
that
how did you
relationship.
respond to her being flirty with you at that point?
I was like, why are you talking to me like this? This is what? I was so, I didn't know how to take it. Like,
But how does a relationship with a woman feel
it's,
like?
it's, if it's good, if you're actually compatible, it is the best thing ever, I'm sure. but I wouldn't know because I haven't experienced it. My relationship was, it was really, the thing with same sex relationships, at least when it comes to girls, is it gets very intense very quickly because we're just very passionate people. The thing what we spoke about right earlier, when we're like, we love so openly and we love so hard and we know how to love, right? So all of the things that you would expect from a man, they're done immediately as soon as you start seeing each other. Like I would come home to notes. I'd come home to like my shower ready. There's a candle. My playlist is playing. I'm tired from work. I've walked in. Playlist is playing. There's candles in the bathroom. It's clean and ready. There's a post-it on the mirror saying, "Have a good shower. Food's ready." Like immediately. So you're like, "Oh my god." Especially as someone who's dated men her entire life, I was like, wow, this is insane. Like, this is so good, right? So, all of this stuff is taken care of. But then, because all of this is so fun, so nice, there's a huge possibility that you ignore the fact that you don't align on a very fundamental level.
Hmm.
And once that comes up, the fights get crazy. And I'm talking about this in a generic sense only. I would assume that the gay girlies relate to this, because I would assume this is the general trajectory of any same-sex relationship which doesn't work out, is because it's so easy to be a good partner, because both of you know how to be a good partner on like a surface level,
Hmm.
in a surface level manner, that you know what the right things to do are. But with that, you sort of don't realize that, wait, maybe these two, like, we are not compatible as people only.
Hmm.
So when, and then once those things start coming up, you're like, इतना तो मैं कर रही हूँ, तो तुमको like, why is this an issue? You
Yeah.
know, uh, despite all of that, it is so nice dating a girl. Like, I would 100% want to date a girl again, simply because it is just so full of love. Like,
Hmm.
there's no that fear ki, oh shit, like, what if, like, the fears you have with men are so different.
Yeah.
With women, the worst thing is, oh my god, like, we're gonna have a fight. With men, it's like, fuck, he's gonna hit me. Oh, I'm scared. He's gonna like do something to me. Like, what if he, what, yeah, it gets bad. So, I think dating a girl is, it can be fun if they're right for you. But if they're not, then it can get really, it can
I
get
have a
intense very
wild statement that I've made before,
Say,
and you might not like it, but this is what I think, that
okay.
bi women will not settle down with a woman. It's just something I feel.
Why?
I don't probably have enough examples of it. And like the bi women that I know, I've seen them very obsessed with the men they've dated.
Hmm.
But like,
I
I
agree
feel
with
like
you.
it's probably the examples in front of me. I'm not talking about you.
No,
Like,
I do agree with you. I feel like there is this conditioning that is still very, very, very instilled
hmm,
in me, where I'm like, when I, at first thought, when I think of a family, I think of a man.
yeah,
And my first thought is like, it's a husband and children. Or now it's become dogs. But
yeah.
husband, children, dogs, big house, that. But as I'm sort of maneuvering life right now, I'm actually starting to think about, okay, you know what? I think having a wife would be really nice, because I have experienced love. Like, I was in love with my ex girlfriend. I really, really loved her. And feeling that love was a big eye opener for me, because that is exactly how I felt for men. Like, there's no difference in the love. The
Hmm.
love is exactly the same. So that was like, wow, that was very intense validation. I was like, okay, it's real, it's possible. You can fully live your life like this. It's possible. So now I think I'm very, very open to, um, you know, settling down with a girl also, set with a woman also. But it is, you're right. When it takes a lot of, you have to really sit with yourself, understand why you're, even though you would prefer dating a girl, you still will prefer, like, you would choose a relationship with a man over a woman, as a,
It's conditioning.
it's conditioning because of our idea of a family that we've been
Huh.
raised to see. I don't know about other people, but because being bisexual, I'm so very straight passing also, like I look very straight. It's easy for me to like I fit the male gaze. Let's say that,
Hmm.
right? I There are some bisexual women who don't fit the male gaze. So they are automatically a little bit of a, like, they don't attract men. Men don't come up and talk to them. It's different for me, right? Like, I'm very straight passing, so men talk to me, and women don't know I'm gay. Um, in that sense, like, so I feel like I would, if I had a way to have the same amount of interactions that I have with men with women, if I had a way to do that, I would do it. I just don't know how to do it because
Hmm.
unfortunately this entire dating situation and how it's done is heavily based on appearance
Yeah.
and assumptions. But that's just how it works. And I don't want to be on the apps.
I got banned from the apps, so that's that.
I think that's the funniest thing that you got banned from
I
the
tried
app.
again, dude. Like, this is
Hinge.
just so fucking embarrassing. I
Hinge.
tried not once but twice to get again because
Hinge,
I got
right?
on Hinge. I got on Bumble
Hinge, are you
and
watching this? You gotta figure it out, bro.
yeah, I got
Jeez.
on Bumble, but sadly the options in Bumble Bangalore weren't very appealing to me.
Why?
It's like Hinge is the real deal because
Describe a profile you find, like an average Bangalore boy profile on Bumble.
a good one or a bad one.
Let's have both.
A good profile is someone who's sane,
No,
whose
like,
prompts are also
yeah, tell me something, like something you've seen, like a kind, like the kind of photo you would want to see, or the
bro.
kind of.
This is still a good looking guy's profile, which icks me out.
Okay.
What is like a gym selfie is good, like you're like exposing your
Uh,
body and putting, okay, you've worked hard on that body.
uh,
Mirror selfie, bathroom selfie, we know it's your bathroom also because, bro, it's like whatever. You
mm,
make that face straight, no. Like, I'm not gonna swipe right on that profile.
yeah. Yeah.
Then
What's a good profile like?
a good profile with good prompts. Because I feel like a dating app, yeah, it's easy to swipe left and right based on appearances, but to know deeper on at least how to start a conversation with this person, prompts are very important.
Hmm.
You can't just put like one word answers for the prompts. I'm not going to know what to talk to you about just
Wow.
because you look good. So,
That's crazy.
more into probably, like linking your playlists or your favorite music,
Damn.
or probably just these witty responses on prompts. Like
Hmm.
that way, I can like really tell if it's gonna be fun talking to a guy because his prompts are good.
I'm so fucking shallow. Bro, I am so shallow. This is crazy. You're like deep diving into it. I would just swipe right if he was cute. Like, I would not give a shit. Like, I used to. This is when I was on the apps.
You were on the apps.
I met
Crazy.
my
Okay.
first boyfriend in Bombay after I moved here when I was 23. I met him on Bumble. We were dating for a year,
Oh
and it
wow.
was a great relationship. And he had zero prompts. I just saw that he worked at
Damn.
a really cool investment banking firm, like a big one. And I was impressed with his job. So I was like, okay, I will go on a date with him.
Hmm.
But that's it, like literally. Also, the fact that there were no selfies in his.
Yeah.
I hate
Selfie also kind
selfies.
of like icks me
You
a
gotta
little.
you gotta have someone else take your photo, and you should look a little awkward in it. Then I think you're
Yeah.
worth being swiped right on. Otherwise, no. But swiping on girls is so different because like it's purely on vibes.
On vibes.
Yeah,
How does that feel like? I
it's
don't
like
know.
I have so never chatted with anyone, but with like when I was trying to swipe on girls, I remember I would just look at their aesthetic.
Hmm.
And if I liked it, I would swipe right. I'm damn shallow, dude. You're telling me all these prompts and all. You're like, wow. I'm like, damn,
It's
she's really
like
thinking about it. I'm like,
I'm
yeah,
that
looks good.
single friend who'll give you relationship advice,
Coaches don't
who to
play.
go out with, how to talk to a person. Bro, I'm single for 3 years. There's something really fundamentally wrong with
No,
me at this
no. I
point. I
think,
shouldn't be saying these things. That's why I tried based on prompts.
dude, I'm telling you,
Probably,
today only I realized that it's going to be very tough for me to find a male partner because it's very tough for me to imagine a man be funny, rich, tall, have as many hobbies as I do, and be smart. Like all five together is tough. It's always like three on five.
And if all five come together, I feel like he won't be loyal. But that's just like a very
No, no.
shallow judgment.
Maybe. But that's what I'm saying. All five are never there together.
Hmm.
So, gaya bro, swag gap. There's a very intense swag gap in the market right now.
Yeah.
So I'm so enjoying. But for you, I think maybe you should maybe you should go on like a trip.
Yeah, I think.
You gotta have like your what is that? Queen moment. You
I
know?
feel like my travel and like not just travel, like my social life is also very restrictive in the way that, see, I
All your
like
friends are
spending
around
time
you.
with my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
So I end up doing that only. I'm not like really going and putting myself in spaces where I can meet new people.
Have you ever taken a solo trip?
I have.
How
I
was
have,
it?
but I end up talking to girls because I feel safer. I don't know, I just is wired a certain
You
way.
gotta go flirt with a man.
I don't know how to flirt with a man. Like I
Don't,
could never
bro.
be the person going and flirting.
Don't.
And the only time I did that, my God.
No.
You know the story. I haven't told you about it. The only time I went and
Yes,
flirted to a
correct.
guy.
Yeah. No deep diving into conversations about
Yeah.
men. But you should go to like we spoke about this. We should take a trip where you're like reckless and just like doing your thing.
So I feel like God has kept me single for 3 years so that I could be friends with Sheena and go on a birthday trip with her where I'm going wild. This is the whole point of me being single.
Yeah.
That I can
Yeah.
just be crazy
Yeah.
at one point.
I had told myself I'm gonna be celibate this year. I broke it so fast. I broke it so fast. I was ready. I was like, bro, this year, no talking to anyone, no finding anyone cute, nothing is happening. February.
But I feel like when you tell yourself these things, is when
February
it
I was out.
breaks.
February I was out. So now, because when we spoke about the trip, I was like, you do all this masti. I'm to celibate. I to can't do anything. But then now, in February, I broke it. So now when we go together, we'll do masti. Find some nice, pretty boy or girl, whoever,
Yeah.
and do some masti. It's gotta happen, bro. These are our years.
Dude,
These
so
are years. These
it's
are
so
our years,
crazy
Kendall.
because I booked a solo trip for myself to the south of France along with Paris that got
Yes.
cancelled.
Tell us about that.
And I'm just going on telling my friends because I've done my bookings, right? I've done these bookings. I'm going here, 10 days.
You
in
should never
south of
talk about it
France.
until you've crossed immigration.
But I'm just telling
Now.
like my two
Yeah.
best friends about this because
Yeah.
I obviously needed like I realized I was very dumb because I was like panicking and then they're helping me do the bookings and everything. Once it's done, I'm telling them that God has kept me single so that I can go to France and explore and enjoy. And that's the whole point of me being single. And it did not
Basically.
happen.
Oh God.
Like the one time I was like, you know what, I will go and I will flirt with a man because anyways I won't see him again. Did not happen.
Yeah.
And you were telling yourself you'll be celibate. Look at that. I think
I guess, dude, I think self-control is cool. And
Yeah.
I'm not cool. Like, that's the problem. I gotta be cool. I need to have some self-control. Like, I'm just.
I feel
no.
like the point of life is to have fun, so it's okay.
This is what. Don't be an enabler. You must not.
We went to Geo Plaza.
Yeah.
We just entered Burberry for vibes.
Hmm.
At least I'm entering for vibes. I'm not gonna buy anything. Sheena tries this
Pair of shades.
pair of shades.
Oh, that's so
She's
pretty.
like, oh, I love this silhouette. I
Yeah.
have it in Prada. I love this. And I'm like, yeah, this is really nice. You should buy it. She's like, should I buy it? I'm like, yeah, you should buy it.
If
I'm
this
like,
happened
wait.
6 months ago, I would have taken it. Literally. But I'm trying to be better with my spending habits. So I was like, no, I don't need it. And I actually didn't buy it. And I was very proud of myself. I told my sister also, and she started clapping for me.
This is very confusing because the minute you're like trying to control your spending, you're also thinking about maybe I should spoil myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I want to spoil myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a very weird relationship with money growing up because every time I would want to spend on something, there was a very big conversation around it at home. Like, you have to just Like I had to, when I wanted a phone, I would have to spend the previous week soft launching that idea to my
Yeah.
parents. Right? You know what I
For
mean?
me, it was months. Can I have a
Yeah.
phone? Can I have a phone? Can I have a phone? Everyone has
Yeah.
a phone, please.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're like, oh no, how will I stay in touch when I'm going for tuition? So to make any big purchase, there was a lot of like convincing and like weird these mind games to, make it happen. And now I'm in a position where I don't have to do that.
Hmm.
So for a good 2 years, I was just recklessly spending my money.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can, so I will do. And then it's not how it works. And we're not even taught how to like invest our money and stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly lost. Like I don't know how to do that stuff.
You think you're lost right now?
Yeah, I still think I am lost. I don't know how to, like, I don't know how investing really works. I
Yeah.
mean, I have the basic SIPs and stuff, but I think the world is moving so fast and there's
Hmm.
so much to learn, and I just don't know where to learn because it's
Same.
also overwhelming. I don't know how to do it. So now I'm sort of like stopping myself from spending money. But then also, now that I have this kind of disposable income, I want to travel. Like, I
Yeah.
want to go wherever, right? Um, and before I had the money, I had all these plans in my head where I was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to go have a croissant in Paris. And then I went diving and I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spend my money on anything else. So then it becomes like this whole thing of I can spend my money, no one can stop me. And in that one moment of vulnerability, I just end up spending it. So I've had to learn and like stop myself and, sort of come back from that thought.
I think for me, it comes from a point where I was never prepared to see myself have a lot of money. Like, touch
Bro,
wood,
I agree. Like,
like
this is
see
such a good
myself
problem to have,
with
but
a lot of
I didn't
money.
anticipate.
Because,
Hmm.
even especially when you're growing up in a middle class household,
Hmm.
your parents are teaching you how to manage money in a way that you do not have a lot of money left, also. Like,
Budget,
I knew
budget,
how to
budget,
budget
budget.
properly when I had very limited
Yeah.
money that my parents were sending me in college. I did it like a pro. I knew exactly where to save, exactly how much to spend, because there was only this much money. And if I spend it, I don't have more.
Yeah.
And then when I was working for a very small amount of time in the corporate internship, I got the conversion and everything. But like, even then, I knew that, okay, I have only this much money, rent is this much I can spend.
Yeah.
The minute, like, touch wood, I'm
Once
like
you're in
so
a
grateful
surplus,
for
you're
this.
confused.
But
You're
I
like,
have
kya
surplus
karu?
and like I have a lot of money, and my parents have not prepared me or even told me that there's a possibility that you can make so much
Yeah,
money.
they don't see
And when
it
you see
only. Yeah.
so much money in your account, this is how you invest. This
Yeah.
is how much you save. This is how much you put. No one told me any of this. I feel like good two
Also
years,
because
three
our parents
years.
probably didn't know it either, na?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I've just struggled figuring out how much do I save, how much
I
am
feel
I
like this
actually
is,
supposed to
yeah,
spend.
I feel like this is why rich people stay rich because they know how to manage their wealth well.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Same. Even I
And it's
don't.
also like, who do you talk to, How, like, who do you, this is just some cool chicks, please start a finance podcast or
I
like
feel like
like a
we should.
finance masterclass, but for girls, because our expenses are different.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to think of me getting my blow dry and my nails as an extra expense. No,
Hmm.
it's like getting rice for my house. I don't want to think of it as, oh, I'm spoiling. No, it's not spoiling myself. It's part of grooming. It's like when men go to get shaved at that barber shop, okay, but I'm just a little bit more bougie. But this is how I like to be. I don't
Yeah.
like feeling guilty that, oh, I'm overspending on
I
this.
feel like as much as that money and that freedom that came in terms of creating content or making the kind of money I never thought I could,
Hmm.
there is also this guilt that, oh shit, I don't think I'm supposed to be spending on this. Because
Yeah.
at one point of my
Yeah.
life, this was like an extreme luxury.
Yeah.
And right now
Yeah.
I'm doing this so much
Hmm.
that it feels so wrong.
It feels wrong. Yeah, you
It
feel
feels
guilty
wrong.
about it.
I'm
Correct.
spending also,
Hmm.
but I don't think I'm like saving money because suddenly money has come. So I don't
Hmm.
want to like stop myself right now because I've always lived stopping myself.
Yeah.
It's a very confusing space
I
to be in.
agree. I fully agree. But I do think that being in this space where I've moved from being paycheck to paycheck, like living paycheck to paycheck, to just being able to just enjoy life a little bit, it's also made me a little bratty.
Hmm.
Wherein, like I was saying, I'm like, well, I want to do my nails, I want to do my hair. Like, this is my vibe right now, right? It's made me a little bratty, and that is making me sort of move in a direction where I'm like, I can't reverse from this.
Hmm.
This is not happening. अभी मैं इधर आगे आ गई और पीछे तो नहीं जा सकती, तो मेरे को आगे ही रहना है, तो उसके लिए सीखना पड़ेगा.
Hmm.
So then I started seeing some content on YouTube. There's a couple of like people who explain how bonds work, how stocks work, things like that. So I'm learning a little bit. It's very confusing. I don't know.
I want to ask you,
Yeah.
because one of the days, like when she came to Bangalore, we're coming back from the gym and she starts playing a Paldaba song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, Sheena, you listen to South Indian
No,
music?
I do.
I was like, crazy.
Yeah.
So we have a segment
Huh.
called Room for South,
Okay.
where basically whoever comes on the pod, we ask them that, give us recommendations for the rest of the world, or like essentially non-South Indians, on something that you really like from the South. It can be a movie, it can be a brand, it can be songs. So what do you have?
I mean, so my best friend is also from Calicut. Malu and her are from the same city, which is crazy. So because of her, I've just been introduced to a lot more music. I don't know artist names, but I think um I have been introduced to a lot of South Indian music. I think I love Paldava Bro. He's too cool. Very very cool music. I really fuck with it. I also I watched this movie actually. One I watched with Devika only. I think it was called Tudarum, if
Oh,
I'm not wrong.
yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, what a movie! Have you watched it?
Yeah, I
It's
have.
so good. It's so I can't. That movie was unbelievable. It was such a good movie. And I also watched this movie called Brahmayugam, which is
Wow,
such a
good.
good movie.
I am so impressed with your choices because
I
I watched
watch,
all of
bro.
this.
I watch South Indian movies. Like I recently watched another one called The Girlfriend. I don't think that's Malayali though.
The
Malayalam.
Girlfriend is not Malayalam.
It's Tamil, if I'm not wrong.
I've not
It has
watched
Rashmika
it.
Mandana in it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, I'm really sorry. This is like appropriation, I guess, but I have no idea which South Indian language it is in.
I think it's Telugu, but okay.
Telugu maybe,
Hmm.
but fabulous movie. It starts really cringe. It starts very cringe, but then
Okay.
suddenly it's like this power pack, like I'm the boss girl, you can't mess with me kind of vibe. So I really like that. I loved Mrs. What a great film. Um, Mrs. is the original.
Great Indian Kitchen's
Yes,
Hindi
sorry,
version.
Mrs. is the Hindi version, but I
Yeah.
meant Great Indian Kitchen.
Okay.
I watched that first.
Okay.
And then I watched Mrs.
Hmm.
when it came out because I knew it was a remake. The first one, like the original one, is much better than the
Yeah.
remake. So good. I love how raw South Indian films are. Like they look like daily life.
Yeah.
They don't look uh, glamorized. They don't look like it's been made to look pretty. It just looks
Yeah.
like this is a real life. Like they look like regular people.
Hmm.
I really like that. Yeah, so I've watched a lot of South Indian movies, but I think these are the ones I remember. Brahmayugam was insane. I
Yeah.
really liked it. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to remember one more that I watched that I really enjoyed for some reason. It was called Miss India. It was called Miss India. Yeah.
Sheena looks like she's watching more South Indian
I
movies
watch a
than I
lot of
am.
South Indian movies because I think their
Yeah.
stories are really good and the twists are like, wow,
Yeah.
you don't expect it. So this one was called Miss India and it was about this chick who is a businesswoman and she wants to be taken seriously. It was
Hmm.
cool. Yeah.
I feel like we've yapped a lot.
Yeah.
And we should yap off camera now.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Bougie and get coffee now. Since I'm here in this setting after such a long time, I'm gonna be selling this podcast to you. If you enjoyed this episode, you should go watch more of their episodes because what a great vibe. What a great vibe. This podcast is a vibe. You need to listen to these girls talk because they sometimes spit facts, sometimes make great jokes, and overall set the vibe for when you're having a great meal or just chilling with friends. Like, share, subscribe, and comment and say how much fun you had listening to our conversation.
Also, congratulate Sheena on her 100K on the comments.
Yes,
Yeah.
it needs to be 150K very soon. But yeah,
Okay.
like, share, subscribe. Come back. I don't know how many times do you post? Is it like
Every week.
every week? Come back next week for another episode of Lost the Plot.
Bye
Lost the
bye.
Plot, the Pod. It's a tongue twister. Bye.